this is Ginger Kirchmeyer, and in this video I'm going to show you a little bit about navigating throughout the site once you've got your account set up. So you're in your site, you're probably not going to have more than one site. I've been playing around with this because it's a pretend account, but usually when you come into Weebly you're going to want to edit. So I'm going to choose edit, and it's going to take me to my page, and once I get there I can decide exactly what I want to do. So probably you've been playing mostly in this area. And once again, I just want to point out title. This is going to be title. They're usually going to be larger letters. And then text is usually going to be smaller letters. And within that, you still have some flexibility as to what you want to do. If you want to bold or unbold, use italics, underline, not underline. You can make them bigger. You can make them smaller. And you can change the color, whatever you want to do. If you want to add a link, you can do that. Make it go wherever you want. You can, if you have it open the link in a new window, that means that your page is still going to be visible, and it's going to have like a pop-up window come up. Otherwise, you leave it blank, and it'll just take them there, and they'll have to use the arrows to navigate. So whatever you prefer. And so I put my link there, and then as you can see, when I hover over it, it changes colors. Now in this case, it's not so great because I've got a black background, so it makes it difficult to see, but in any case, that's what it does. So, you've got these up here. You can enter your Facebook, Twitter, email, if you want people to be able to contact you that way, just automatically, and you can add more. It's got more for you to do. So if you have other ones that you want to add, you can do that. Of course, you can navigate through your pages this way, but I want to show you some things over here. So we did the title and the text. We've talked a little bit about images. I want to reiterate that when you do drag and drop these things, you just look for the blue line. If you want to do, for example, more than one image, just look at where the blue line is taking it, and that's where it's going to drop it. If you put it under, you're going to have it side by side. If you want it next to each other, then just look for where that blue line is, and that's where it's going to drag and drop it. If you do a slideshow, it's gonna take one of these, and it's just gonna keep them sliding from one to the next. A gallery, to be honest with you, I don't really remember what a gallery does, and it's got more than one. I think maybe they have to actually click it to make it go from one to the next, but I'm not sure. But if you add something, here's a good example. If you add something and you don't want it, you come over here to the little box and you tell it you want to get rid of it. Yes, I want to get rid of it. But you can also, within here, you can also, no, this was not letting you do it. The gallery had some more options. I want to see what that was. Okay, so it's asking you to add images and then spacing, captions, and advanced. And so I haven't really played with this much, so this would be interesting to play with and kind of see what it does. But and then you can trash it. Well, I thought that was trashing the whole thing, but it's not. I'm going to trash it from here. Delete, yes. Okay, you can put a contact form in, and I'm going to just, again, be careful where that blue line is, because notice if I just am careless and I just drop it right here, it's going only under this one image. If I wanted to go under both sides, I needed to make the line extend all the way across. So this contact form is so that people who are visiting your site can contact you. An embed code, if you have some HTML, if you know how to do that and you want to embed something, you can. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then just disregard it and you can stick with the things you do know about. You can add a search box. The button is really cool. You can add buttons. And so like if you want to make it say click here for whatever, the library directory, and you can center the text, or center the button. You can right justify it. You can do different button styles. So if I don't want it to be that kind, I want it to be the full-on button, I can do that. If I want there to be a link associated with it, I can add a link, which obviously is probably what you're going to do most of the time with a button. You can either link to another page within the website, or you can link to another site altogether, however you want to do that. And spacing, looks like maybe if you had more than one line. Let's see what this does. Oh, okay, it's within the box somehow. But anyway, you just have to play with it and kind of see what they do. Most of these things, I've never actually worked with them, so you'll have to just play with them. And block quote looks like maybe a big, huge quote like in the magazines. So you just put a quote in here, and I guess it's just supposed to be a really cool big quote. I don't know. Never done that one before. So I'm starting to get a little crowded here. I'm going to delete some of these things. And I've never used bookings, and I'm wondering kind of what that is. Maybe it's something if you want to schedule appointments or something. I don't really know. Another cool thing you can do is use the settings up here, and I would recommend playing with this and getting to know it. But one thing I want to point out is, like, right now we've got home, about, and contact, and they're all separate pages. But if you want to make sub pages, you just scoot them over. And now when we go save and edit, when we go back, we've got only here, and the about is a pop-up, and then contact comes out of the about page. So you just play with it, and that's really what you've got to do. And if you don't like it, you put it back how you had it before. And remember, you've only got 10 pages, so that's 10 of these. So just, make sure you're smart with how you're doing it. And then what I would suggest, if you end up needing more than 10 pages, then you can go, I don't know exactly how to get back there. That's not how I want to do it. Let's see, how do I get back to my sites? If I want to go back, I don't know. Pages, design, that's not it. Pages, store, settings. I want to go back to my actual, here we go, my sites. And so maybe you can create a new site and then just link to the other pages in your other site. That might be a way to get around the 10-page thing. So it's usually not too hard to find a way around it. But that at least gives you some ideas so that you can, start doing some basic things besides just adding text. So hopefully that helps, and you can start creating a really cool website. Have fun.